What's good, Joe? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of My Hero Academia Season 4, ladies and gentlemen. And yo. This episode was hype. Absolutely loved it. Great stuff. Got some decent emotion. My man Izuku. And yo, then we got some bleach in the OST for Hiroaka, which I like. We'll talk about that in a second. But regardless. So, also, guys, one other thing. You guys might remember, last week's my review, I mentioned how, I was talking about Sir Nidai, and how I was like, oh, we haven't still gotten the full backstory yet about, of what happened and why he doesn't use his quirk and some other stuff. Well, I actually went back and rewatched Nico B's video on the hero video he did on Hiroaka, and where that episode was what he was talking about. He said that, he saw the death of a close friend. That close friend was All Might. I thought it was going to be somebody else, because I haven't seen the video in so long, but once I watched it again, I was like, oh, he's talking about All Might, my dumbass. So, I'll probably update the description for my review last week, as well as I'll put the link to that video down in the description box below, or I'll put it up in the iCards above, if you guys want to check out Nico B's video. It's really good. I highly recommend you guys check out Nico B if you guys are into Let's Plays, especially if you guys want some guy that's more focused on Japanese type games, like, Danganronpa, Kingdom Hearts, Zelda, Yakuza, Persona, of course. He's your guy. He even does voices for the characters, because a lot of these games aren't fully voiced, and it's great stuff. Good shit. Definitely recommend you guys go check it out. And like before, I'll probably have that video up in the iCards above if you want to check out his Hiroaka video. And I'm sure a certain somebody who watches my video will like it, because the dude criticizes Bleach a little bit, which I'm sure will make a certain somebody very happy. Anyway. I'm not even sure if you... Anyway. So, without further ado, guys, let's just jump right in. So, we start something off. We got Izuku and the guys are in the, I forget what the area is called, but that's where they had where they got their, when they were training for their specials, trying to figure out what their specials were. That area. I forget what it was called. It was something having to do with the USJ. I legit can't remember the name of it. But anyway, so they're all busy rock climbing. Yes, we out here rock climbing, ladies and gentlemen. Which actually, this little key reminded me of that one scene from the Spider-Man, the new animated, what the hell was it called? Spider-Man, the new animated series. Y'all remember that 3D animated show, or cel-shaded show from MTV with Spider that took place after the events of Spider-Man 1, but realistically it's not canon, because of course Sam Raimi never bothered continuing anything from it in Spider-Man 2, it's its own separate thing, But anyway, because you remember in that show, there was an episode, around the beginning of an episode, Peter Parker was rock climbing, but he wasn't really rock climbing. Of course, he was just crawling on the wall, but then would occasionally maybe grab on one of the things, to make it look like he wasn't climbing on the wall. I don't know. It just reminded me of that scene. I don't know. But anyway. So they're rock climbing. Izuku doing some we got some narration from Izuku, pretty much saying about what happened last week with them working together to find out Eri, Shihei, and all the Overhaul, all same song deaths, Uraraka, and how all of them are going to head over working together to find and save Eri. So then we also get to see Bakugo. we got finally Bakugo with some more screen time. I must say, but man, Clifford Chan must be making some easy money, man. The man does barely the show, and when he does, he just gotta say a couple lines, and maybe every 3 episodes. Man's making some easy money. Let's be frank. My man Clifford Champa is making some easy money from Hiroaka. Anyway, so Jiro's like, man, because Izuku, I think Izuku was actually the first one to actually get up there, followed with Uraraka right on his tail. So Jiro's like, man, you could tell who's really doing their work, who's doing their work studies. And Bakugo, of course, being pissed, Bakugo being Bakugo, triggered his everything. He's like, must have learned some new tricks all the day. And it's like, hey, what have y'all been learning? And Kirsty's like, sorry, we can't say, because also in Izuku's narration, he mentions how they were told not to mention anything about what's happening to anyone. Not about Shihei, not about Overhaul, Eri, none of that shit. So after everyone gets up on the rock, so after we see the guys come over and reach the top of the rocks, we head back to where we were at the end of the last episode with, of course, Izuku and all the guys in that room with Aizawa telling them that they're going to get it, that they're going to be doing this. So he says that he tells them not to get too worked up. That even that well, yes, they're going to get involved, but because the League of Villains so far at this point has not gotten involved yet, and their only goal right now is to save Eri, not to take down Overhaul, none of that shit. Which we know that ain't gonna last long. So With that being said, but if the League of Villains is end up being involved, Izuku and the guys, they're out. Now he says now, and he also says they're going to be minimally involved because, of course, these guys are first years. You know, the big three is the big three. Those guys can handle themselves against these kind of villains, these pros. They're the big three for after all. Hell, remember Togato was meant to inherit One for All. You know, and of course, you know, Nejire and Tamaki, there are no slouches either with their quirks. But of course, Izuku and the other guys, they're all first year. So, if like I mentioned before, if you know, they're going to be minimally involved, and if you know, of course, the Healy Villains gets involved, they're out. He also tells Uraraka, Sue, and Kirishima that that since they are not obligated to do this, they came here and they didn't volunteer, that they can either go through with this and join them on the mission, or they can they can bounce. Of course, all three of them decide, yes, I want to help, I want to save Eri, and I gotta say, I love the sound effect that was used when Kirishima clasped his fists together. I really love the sound of it. I also got praise the editing of this episode. The editing was really good. I like because there was a couple of times, which we'll talk about this when we get there, where they would show a time card, what the time was, and put a sound effect with it. It looked really cool. I wanted to also throw that in there right away. So, as I mentioned, Izuku and the other guys all agreed they're going to go in there and help out Sir Night-Eye and the other heroes to take down, to rescue Eri. But one other thing, my God, Tamaki, this guy has slowly become one of my favorite characters in Hero Aka. I love this guy. Like, the man is out here, legit. He's like, oh yeah, I don't think they would got you if they didn't see your power. And in first years star can be brighter than mine. And then Nejire's like, you're gonna have to let that go eventually, right? Man, Tamaki, the man's a parody of Sasuke, and I fucking love it, man. Every time this man's on screen, it's entertaining. And also, next week's gonna be interesting. We'll talk about more about next week when we get to that part, when we get to the next episode preview. But so then we head over back to Izuku. He's some more narration about how something is still what's been happening is still weighing down on him while he's eating lunch. We see the flashback where Night says, "Please stop, otherwise you'll die an unspeakably gruesome death." And he says that because of what's going on, it didn't seem was the right time to ask Sir Night-Eye about it, and because he's forbidden to top of the workplace, he can't talk to All Might about this. So he's pretty much just had all this stuff about all this information, this new information he has, just weighing down on the failure and frustration he feels about not saving Eri, and he wants to, and desperately wanting to save her, and of course finding out that All Might's gonna die, an unspeakably gruesome death as well, just to add insult to injury, he's gonna die an unspeakably gruesome death. Which will we actually see that death? I don't know. I think, and the whole thing with Sir Night-Eye is that he wants to change the future, which I wouldn't be surprised he ends up doing that. Like, maybe for some reason, I don't know why, but I'm predicting that he ends up dying the unspeakably gruesome death. Watch, he's gonna take that fall. Which, don't quote me on that, but I wouldn't be surprised before Crusher went in that direction. But Anyway, so while I was thinking about this, I mentioned before how much I love the editing in this episode with with transitions and everything, with the time frames and everything. I got praise right here. Once we get this part, the video it starts to get into a bit out of focus right now. As Izuku's like, my brain feels so scattered, and the camera gets to start going a little shaky, and it's out of focus. And he's kind of seeing double a little bit. I love that effect. So props to the animators or the editor or whoever was in charge of that. Props to them. It's like, or I think it was Todoroki. Todoroki's like, "Hey, Midoriya, you gonna eat?" He's like, "Oh yeah, right." And he starts chewing, and he starts eating. And then my man Ida, there's one thing I gotta say that was a little off in this episode, was probably the art and animation. Now the art and animation overall in this episode was good. It's about what you expect from Studio Bones, but Ida's face right here looked a little off. I don't know what it was, but Ida just looked off in this episode. I'm not sure if any of y'all thought the same, but he did. And we also get two flashbacks in the episode. One was of Eri saying, "Please don't go," and another one with Ida, or with Izuku saying, "Hey man, we're friends. If you want to talk, just come to us. We're friends." Which we'll talk about that scene in a second. Both of those scenes, the Izuku and Eri's mouths were not moving. Now, they could have just went with still shots with those for whatever reason, but I don't know. I don't know why they didn't just recycle the animation from those episodes. I don't know why they just decided to use stills. Or maybe my laptop was just fucking with me. I'm not sure. Either way, it looked off. I was just like, ugh. I don't know. But anyway, so then Ida then tells Izuku, after he does his trademark chop, he says, yeah, hey man, if you want to talk, just come to me. You know, we're friends, right? And then Izuku remembers what he told Ida from season 2 when with everything going on with State, and Ida says, back when I was acting like a fool. Ida tells Izuku that, and Izuku remembers what he said to Ida back in season 2, and the man starts crying a bit, and Ida starts freaking, like, oh my god, and Izuku's like, no, sorry, heroes don't cry, and Todoroki's like, I don't know, I think heroes cry when they need to, and Izuku mentions in the narration that he's been burying he's had all these emotions, trying to bury all these emotions, like frustration, anger, dread, I think was another one. I'm not sure all the emotions he listed off. But they're trying to just bury these and keep them down for so long that they started to overflow a little bit with this. So, yeah. And then, I swear to God, this is so awesome. I love this. This was just, I love this moment. Both Todoroki and Ida actually start offering up some of their food because the man just wolfed down his. Todoroki offered half his soba to him. Ida also asked offered some of his beef stew with him. And Todoroki also asked him if Izuku wanted any wasabi, which I just found that hilarious. And he's just like, yeah, man. I love Justin Bryan. I love this Duffcast, man. So anyway, after that, we head over to Sir Night-Eye, what he's doing with the investigation. Got a bunch of heroes looking around. Even got Rocklock, who's using like a wooden board as a platform to cross buildings. And they're looking around to figure out where Eri is hiding. And he had like three things that they had to answer whether or not this could be a these locations. One, does it look like this place could be used to make drugs? Could make storing drugs. 2, is there a lot of people and goods getting in and out of that area? And 3, has there been an influx in illegal drug use in that area? So, and while that's going on, we hear about Izuku. He's like, please hurry, find Eri, find her. And you also got Gran Torito. He's working with Sugaochi about what's going on, and everything. And then we get later on that night. I don't know how late it was. I don't even know why they're getting texts this late. But hey, whatever. I mean, they got school, but hey, whatever. Like we already knew what they get into. Izuku's phone goes off, and he rushes downstairs. Uraraka, Sue, and Kirishima are already down there. Like, you got the message. Yes, and I also got praise the OST. The OST here was oh man, that Spanish guitar in there, like that's a bit of the Bleach OST in this thrown in there later, which I love that because oh my god, during the Ichigo vs Okio fight, they threw in the Spanish guitar in there, and oh man, it was it's music to my ears. It's so beautiful. And, oh man, I love this OST. Can't wait for season 4's OST to drop on Spotify so I can listen to this track because it was fire, absolute fire. There's also another scene where you just see Toga just staring at his phone in the broad day. He's literally just staring at it. But anyway, so after that, we head over. We're in the living quarters of the UA dorms. You got Sero, Kaminari, as well as Ojiro. They're all talking about Izuku, how Izuku's been acting strange lately, and they mentioned how Ojiro mentions that Izuku was like staring intently at his breakfast, and you see the look he's just giving this dead fish, like you motherfucker, I'm gonna fucking kill you, you dead motherfucker. Like the look Izuku's giving it. It's probably super deep and thought, which is usually the case. But they also mentioned how Uraraka and the others were acting like strange as well, and they think that could this be work of what's going on something could be going down, it could be dangerous, either with heroes, so it should be good, all that stuff. We're back to like I guess the hideout where the heroes are hanging out for their mission. Sir Night-Eye mentioned how that Eri is staying at the headquarters of the Shihei Saikai. Rocklock is like, wait, so you're telling me all this investigation was all for nothing? He's like, not necessarily. And so he's like, they gained valuable intel. And Five Gun Man's like, how'd you know she was there? And then he pulls out this toy for some magical girl anime called Gung Ho Glitter Squad 10. And there's like one of the members of the Shihei Saikai went to the department store and bought a toy favored by young girls. And he's like, And Rock Walk's like, that's actually really small. And Fat Gum's like, yeah, for all you know, he could be into cutesy stuff. Different strokes for different folks, Night Eye. Which is true. Remember Bronies a few years back? I'm not throwing shit to any Bronies watch this video. I'm just saying, I'm just pointing y'all out. And so he says, and Night Eye says that he was at the department store and overheard the conversation he had with the store clerk. So the dude's going over there. He's like, hey, you know that anime that little girls are into nowadays? Glitter something or other. And then she mentions one of the previous seasons of Glitter Squad. And he's like, oh yeah, that one. You got any toys that one? And she mentions that that show ended years ago, but the latest one is Gung Ho Glitter Squad 10. And he's like, oh yeah, where you got anything for those? And Night Eye puts his hand on his shoulder. And he's like, oh, are you looking for... Oh, they're over there. And while he's doing this, and he's like, oh, what the hell? Where'd you come from? He's like, you mentioned you were looking for those toys, and they're over there. And while you can see Night Eyes has his foresight going on, and I love the look of his eye, man. The purple and the black. And you see it kind of spinning around. And then we see the film reel, which I like the way it was animated, kind of... not very much detail was put in there. It looks I like the style they went for this. And you see all these little shots where he's going, of where he went, how he got in there, and of course of Eri. So they know that she's there, and so that's where they're going to be heading. And Bubble Girl mentions how they already got a warrant for their arrest. And she was about to say, alright, it's time to come busting in there, but then Fat Gum beats her too, and she's like, hey, that's my line! And then we get over to my man Izuku, the man's ready, he's pumped. And then we got my man Tokuto, he's like, Midoriya, let's go save her! And the man's flexing like Hulk Hogan, he's moving his arms around, and everything, and and Tokuto is back to just being Tokuto. And you see, Tamaki and Nejire, they're smiling, they're like, alright, we finally got him back. And Izuku also mentioned this as well. So, and then we get some more narration from Sir Night Eye saying how he's probably regretted the whole situation in the alley this whole time, but it was because of him because of you stand your ground is the reason why we are here today. So then we get another time skip over to I think it was at 8 o'clock. To the police station where they're about to go jumping in there and come in there and take down or go out there to rescue Eri. But right before that, we go to the police station. We head over to Shihei's headquarters. One of the guys is talking on the phone. He tells Overhaul that they're coming here. Overhaul leaves his chair and he tells him that he has to go take care of something. But to find out what that something is a little bit later, I'm definitely curious on what that something could be and what that's going to lead into, and what could this end up happening for later on in the series. Could be very interesting. So anyway, then we go to the police station. They tell us everything about what's going on, about Eri, that they're going to go and capture. They also give the heroes a bunch of papers that have all the registered Shihei Seikai members, along with their quirks, so that they know what the hell they're getting into, which is always nice to have. And they also mentioned that they're going to be leaving at 830 hours, so i.e. 8:30. Izuku's like, alright, let's go. And then Aizawa reminds him, hey man, I'm going to be watching you while this is going down, okay? Do you understand me? So, just reminding him. So then we head over to the actual, right before the commencement happens, we head over back to the Shihei's at Overhaul's headquarters. He enters his door. He's not wearing his shoes at all, and it's like this more old school type Japanese kind of room / house. And we see this guy on a bed, tied up to a bunch of wires and hospital gear. Speaking of hospitals, one thing I mentioned, we also see this little flashback with Sir Night Eye, which you guys wonder when I'm going to do the video on that. Excuse me. I'm probably going to record that video after once Christmas break starts, because we're on the tail end of the semester right now, and I need to be focusing on my final. So I'm going to be holding that video off until the end of the semester. Once we get into winter break, and I'll get started working on that, guys. Which I hope you guys will like. It's going to be it's probably going to be one of the bigger videos I'm going to do. So I'm going to put a lot of effort in that video, because I got a lot to talk about. I love Hiroaka, and I love discussing these little side videos of Hiroaka. It's going to be like the Captain Marvel video. It's going to be like those previous two Hiroaka side videos I did. So if you guys like those videos, get hyped, because I did this one probably one of my best ones. Because I love Hiroaka, man. Nothing brings the best out of me like Hiroaka. Well, that Marvel, and I mean, I would, if you ask me, probably the best video I put out would definitely be that Captain Marvel video I did about why the movie didn't work. So yeah, just throwing that out there for you guys that are curious about that. So anyway, so we go over there. Oh, I don't think I mentioned, but we see in the flashback with Sir Night-Eye, we see him when All Might was in the hospital after he had the fight with All for One, after his intestines were hanging out and he was charging towards the man. I low-key hope we do see that eventually in the anime, like legit, to see All for One in like a flashback, or see All Might charging at All for One with his intestines hanging out. I would just want to see it just so I could see it. Have the shot burned in my brain of like, holy shit, All Might is fucking insane. The madness in him, which and the madness that's also an Izuku man. So that's different stuff from different day. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. So Overhaul opens this room, and which leads into this guy on a hospital bed. He mentions that he says, "Sorry, pops, it's about to get noisy." So yes, this guy in the hospital bed is Overhaul's dad. Now, what could this mean? I'm not sure if Overhaul's dad's going to play any big role in the rest of the season. I don't know if we're even going to see him. I'm not sure if he's going to have any major role. Like, we're going to see him, maybe Sir Night-Eye uses his quirk on him, and he sees something. I'm not sure. He could do that. The man could just be just there because he's just taking care of his sick father. Maybe that's what the drugs are for, to find a cure for him. We don't know. We don't know what the hell the reason is why his dad's in a hospital bed and why he's there. Hopefully, I'm definitely looking forward to the reason why he is there. So anyway, we head over to back over out. They're outside the headquarters, and and it says commence in big letters, and so they're about to jump in there, go in there, and Rockloff mentions how, like, man, with all the Yakuza, those Yakuza bastards are great at hiding themselves. If they see a bunch of heroes and cops, they probably have ran off already. And then we see this guy come busting in through the front door right when they're about to hit the doorbell, and they come busting in, and he's like, "It's too early for guests," and so Ryoko, she transforms into, I guess, her dragon form, her dragoon form, and she holds the guy down and says that the Ryoko agency is going to take care of this guy. Everyone else go, which is what happens. So they all go over there, take care. So Odorak and Susude, and of course everyone else goes forward. So they all go in there. Izuku and Togata, they're charged by the saying, "Yo, we're gonna save Eren. We're gonna go in there." And then we end on this amazing shot of Izuku and Togata running towards it, which it looked about the exact same as the second poster we got, or maybe it was the first one. I think it might have been the first poster we got for season 4 was Izuku and Togata running towards something. It's legit. It's not the exact same shot, but it's pretty similar, which I thought was pretty cool. So anyway, after we get through the end credits, we're back with Overhaul, and the guy he's with, I forget the guy, he was like Kroom something, the guy with the white hood, says that he can vaguely hear them. They're all coming in the same direction. They probably already know where they are, or where we are, and where they're going to get to find Eren and everything. So Overhaul's like, they're here a lot faster than I expected. Well, they attacked first. That's what we groomed our spawns for. The 8 bullets of Hisakai. And then we see these different, I guess, these are going to be like the different stages. This reminds me a lot of the Sasuke retrieval arc in Naruto. You guys remember in the Sasuke retrieval arc, Orochimaru had like 4 or 5 guys that were like as blocks for the guys when they were going over there to get to turn Sasuke over and give him the curse mark and everything. It looks like it's about to be the same now, where you gotta go through one boss, then you gotta go through the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. That seems like that's where Horikoshi's going with this. And I gotta say, the designs and all these guys looks absolutely fucking fantastic, man. I love the designs. And so then Overhaul mentions that they're gonna go over there, grab Eri, and that they are going to bounce, and they're gonna get rid of all the evidence and disappear. So yeah, that is where the episode ends. We also get the next episode preview, which is going to be which looks like we're going to be seeing Togata and Tamaki's backstories, which I am definitely looking forward. And it's weird to see Togata with long hair looks kind of weird, but I think I'll probably like it. I'm definitely going to be doing an episode reaction to next week's episode because we got the man's backstory in there. That's going to be interesting. So I'm going to react to next week's episode, guys. So look forward to that. And yeah, that's about all I got to say with this episode, guys. Got my review only about 24 minutes. Hell yeah, finally we're back to my normal length. But anyway, guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. This episode was amazing, man. I loved it. Great stuff. I'm super hyped to see next week's episode. It's gonna be hype. I can't wait to see what the new guys are gonna look like, what their quirks are, what their upgrade quirks are. It's gonna be action packed, and I'm gonna love every second of it. So yeah, overall, I'm gonna give this episode a 10 out of 10, ladies and gentlemen. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, flag, links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
静かに静かに静か